Hello, welcome back to episode 4 of Nettle Barn. So this episode I'm going to be doing the floor build up, so new layers of hardcore insulation concrete and such, and that's going to include the radon sump and the soil waste pipes. But first I'm going to take this doorway out, because at the minute there's no internal door between the main building and the lean-to. So I'm going to use pins. I'm going to put holes in there, and I'm going to use this steel box section 4x4, poke those through. Because it's a 450 thick wall, you can't just use a strong bar, you've got to put something right through. And then once they're in, I can take this out, put my concrete lintels in that are here, some nice 6x4s, and then once they're in, I can cut down either side with a steel saw, take that opening out. Let's crack on. Three, two, one. Yeah, boy. Oh, she's sitting nice. So we've got one lintel in the other side, holding it. Did that yesterday. And then we've taken this side out today, ready to get the rest of the lintels in. Got Jakey boy here helping me. Hey, hey. Hey, Jake. There she is, new doorway is in. Nice. It's nice to be able to visualise the space a bit more now as well, because so that I can come in through my front door, and then doorway there, through into the living room. So exciting. So I've started taking this floor out as well. Concrete floor, as you can see here and here, broken a load of that up. And underneath I found these old stones that used to be the floor. There's only this little section left, but it's quite interesting. They're quite thick stones a lot. Also in the lean-to section, I've got these blue bricks. I think this used to be the dairy of the cow shed, so that's why they've put the blue bricks down. Got some red bricks as well, randomly. Maybe they ran out of blue bricks. Who knows? But yeah, I'll probably put these to one side and reuse them somewhere else. So I've got all my floor dug down now, and I've got my drains in. And I've brought my water inside, because that was on an outside tap. Brought it underneath, and that's where my stock tap's going to go in the cupboard now. And then drains wise, I've got an outlet here for my washing machine that's going to go there. And then this is going to be the bathroom. I'm going to have toilet and sink here. I've just got the one outlet because hopefully I'm going to plumb my sink waste into my toilet cistern and then use that water to flush down as well. And then picking up the shower waste here, that's going to be because this is going to be a small space, it's just going to be a wet room floor, so there'll be a wet room drain there that'll just drop straight down into that, and then that comes under the wall there and down to the kitchen. And I'm going to have the kitchen sink here, so waste will go in there, and I'm also venting the soil pipe out the roof there, so I'm having a full height cupboard. You'll not see the pipe in there. I'm going to take it down to 75mm as well, so it takes less room up. But yeah, this stuff's been a pleasure to work with. I've never done drains before. I was dreading it a little bit, but it's gone swimmingly. But all you do, just stick it there, is when you cut your pipe, you give it a chamfered edge with a file, and then drop a bit of lube on there. You don't want to stick it in dry. Wait. And then you can just slot that in. Bob's your uncle. So yeah, it's good stuff. And then Dalio gave me a tip-top tip of taping 25mm bit of batten onto your level, and then you can stick that on there, and as long as you have to bring it higher to get that actually level there, that's minimum, that's great, then you know you've got your falls okay. Your turd's going to get taken down there. As for the rainwater, so the foul waste is going to come out there, do a 90, come down here and go into a water treatment plant there, and then I'm having a drainage field for the liquids up there. But the rainwater, I've got two outlets up here, one for the garage roof and one for the lean-to roof. So they pick the water up there. I'm going to have a diverter on for that tank as well. I'll show you that when I do it. They come down here, pick the other two roofs up, because I've got the main roof left and right. And then that is going to go down here in an underground water tank. So I'm going to have 3,000 litre water tank to water the allotment with. Nice rainwater. There she is, nice big tank. So I get some stone down, and then we'll show you the radon sump and the radon barrier and damp barrier. Let's get it done. That's a lot of stone. Look at that, lovely job. What do you think, Rox? Yeah, that's what I thought. So let's talk radon. When you initially do your planning permission, you'll have to do a radon check. It's pretty easy to do. You just go to ukradon.org, have a look on there. There's an interactive map, and you can see whether or not you're in a high risk area. You can then buy a radon risk report, which tells you what protective measures you need to take. And as you can see, I'm just inside that high risk area. So I've installed this radon sump. This basically just allows the gas a way to exit the building. Now it's important when you put your stone down, you use a stone with no fines in it so the gas can permeate through it. And then put a sand blinding on top to protect the radon barrier from the stone. This is the radon barrier. It's just like your normal DPC but a bit thicker. And then you've got to make sure that you seal it well around all your pipes and everything as well. So I'll get that down and then we'll show you that. So that's my radon sheeting in. Looks like I'm building a swimming pool now, doesn't it? So annoyingly, this sheeting only comes in a 4 metre wide roll, and because you need the upstand both sides, it didn't quite fit, so I've put a joint all the way down here. It does upstand first. You can't see the other side, but basically it's taped with a polythene tape here, and then in between the two layers there's the double-sided tape, and then I've put some tape on the outside on the end of the other layer as well. So it's all nicely sealed, and nicely sealed around all the pipes as well. Like I say, you have to make little flanges around the pipes, so you make it as nice a fit as possible when you cut your holes in, so it's nice and tight. And then I cut some of the double-sided tape first and put that round the base, and then cut some slots into a bit of the radon sheeting to make the flange, and then wrap that round, sticking the tabs down as you go, making it nice and tight. And then once that's on, you wrap your polythene tape around the pipe and put some pieces around the base as well to get that all nicely sealed. And then you end up with really nicely sealed bit around all your pipes, so absolutely no radon can get through. And then the next layer in my barn trifle, shall we say, is the concrete subfloor. So I've built these jigs for tamping the concrete down so they can slide across, start from this end, work all the way back, and then I've put another one in this room there, so we can do from that end back down to here, and that should keep it all nice and level, quick and easy, and make a good job of it. So all we need now is a concrete wagon. concrete floor. Look at that. Brilliant. It looks so much different now. It's really starting to look like an actual house. It's turned out quite well. I've had the spirit level on it, and it's pretty level everywhere, so I'm really pleased with it. And if we have a look on the drawings, what we've got left, so this is the stone layer, then the sand blinding, then the radon sheeting, then on top of that the concrete slab, so that's where we're at the minute, and then I've got to put the insulation in next, and then another floor screed on top of that with the underfloor heating pipes in. But I can't put those in until I've built this little 3-course brick wall, which is going all the way around the outside edge everywhere, and that's for the stud wall to sit on. So you see here I'm building in a stud wall to be able to insulate this, because this is just a thick stone wall, there's no insulation, so I'm insulating it internally here, but the wooden studs have got to sit on something, they can't go below this floor level, so that's why I've got to build that up. So that's the next job, but I have got to get on with repointing on the outside because it's the right time of the year to be doing it. I want that to go off before we start getting into winter, and this lime mortar takes so long to go off, so I'm going to drop onto that job first, do the pointing, and then I can do this in between when it's too hot or raining or whatever for doing the mortar. So I think I'm going to leave this episode at that. But some exciting news. I put a owl box up 2 years ago, and they've finally used it this spring. So we've had little owlets. We had two tawny owlets, and they've both done very well. They're both fledged. I only saw them for a couple of days because once they come out of the box, they hang about in that tree and the local trees for like a day or two, just scrambling around the tree branches and hopping from one to the other, doing little flights. But then they're away and they're into the wild, so I hear them occasionally, but I only saw them twice. So I think next year I'm going to get a one of those wireless cameras I can put up in the nest box, and then we can watch them all spring, so that should be good. So I'll see you for the next episode that will either be insulation or repointing, I guess. We'll see. Cheers, see you next time.